Greetings, friends of the universe. Today we are going to discuss the power of sexual energy, why we must not lose our sexual energy through masturbation, and the benefits from redirecting this energy. I will also read to you The Power of Sexual Transmutation from Napoleon Hill's incredible book for success. Let's start. The sexual energy is the most powerful tool in existence when it comes to creation, invention, accomplishment, creativity, advancement, and achievement. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. Napoleon Hill talked about the power of sexual energy in his groundbreaking book, Think and Grow Rich. In the book, Hill noted that all men of genius used their sexual energy as fuel for their creativity. Sir Isaac Newton and Nikola Tesla are just a few examples. Chapter 11 of his famous book, Napoleon Hill, refers to a phenomenon called the transmutation of sex energy. This may very well be the most important, yet most overlooked chapter of the entire book. Napoleon Hill clearly states that practically every extremely successful person that he personally interviewed was of a highly sexual nature, but redirected that energy into their work rather than releasing it. Our culture today could be said to be a sex culture. We are constantly being bombarded with sexual images and subtle references to sex. Why is this a bad thing? Because it is encouraging men and women worldwide to release their sexual energy. This energy is far more valuable than you might realize. First, it's important to note that the release of sexual energy is viewed as a normal thing in today's society, especially for men. The porn industry, being worth $107 billion worldwide, speaks for itself. Men are constantly releasing their sexual energy, and it is hurting them greatly. Masturbation is one of the biggest detriments to men worldwide. For one, it kills the drive to actually go out and meet real women. Many men today are very feminized and lack the courage to even talk to women. The release of sexual energy through masturbation is also damaging to your overall health. Semen is a highly concentrated substance. The body uses large amounts of minerals and nutrients to produce semen. If you are constantly releasing your semen, the body has to continuously take minerals from other parts of your body to replace it. This can lead to severe mineral deficiencies that result in depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, mental fog, and many other unpleasant things. You are not only releasing energy when you masturbate, you are also releasing valuable nutrients that your body needs to function at maximum efficiency. Porn is very stimulating. It releases dopamine in the brain, which actually causes you to become addicted to pornography. It is the same mechanism in the brain responsible for the addiction to drugs, food, television, video games, etc. If you watch porn on a regular basis, you are constantly desensitizing yourself to the release of dopamine. This essentially means that you will need more and more stimulation over time to give you the same high. You become addicted to the stimulation of pornography to the point where regular life becomes less enjoyable because it is not stimulating enough to cause a release of dopamine. In short, porn decreases your ability to receive happiness from the small things in life. Masturbation without porn is still not advised. It is still an unhealthy addiction, and let's be honest, it's pretty pathetic when you think about it. All of these things goes for women also. Sexual energy is the most powerful, motivating, and creative force. Think about it. If sex is powerful enough to have so many men around the world addicted to it, then there has to be something very special about it. Most men waste this energy at every opportunity. Extremely successful people use this energy wisely as the motivating force behind their actions. I have a challenge for you. Stop masturbating for 30 days and see what happens. At the end of 30 days, I can almost guarantee you will experience more energy and creativity. When you stop releasing that valuable energy, it becomes available for you to channel it into other activities such as working out, meeting women, starting a business, reading books, and other things that actually benefit you. Here are a few of the reported benefits of abstaining from porn and masturbation. More energy and needing less sleep. Relief from depression and anxiety. Clear-headedness and increased focus. More confidence and self-esteem. Better self-expression, social skills, body language, tone of voice, etc. This will be the ultimate test of your willpower, but I am certain that you won't regret it. By all means, have sex if the opportunity arises, but stop releasing your sexual energy for no good reason. It's hurting you more than you know. Let me read to you some of the information gathered in the great book of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Sex transmutation is simple and easily explained. It means the switching of the mind from thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of some other nature. Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge it. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness, of imagination, willpower, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession, including the accumulation of riches. The transmutation of sex energy calls for the exercise of willpower, but the reward is worth the effort. The desire for sexual expression is natural. The desire cannot and should not be submerged or eliminated. But it should be given an outlet through forms of expression which enrich the body, mind, and spirit of man. If not given this form of outlet through transmutation, it will seek outlet through purely physical channels. A river may be dammed and its water controlled for a time, but eventually it will force an outlet. The same is true of the emotion of sex. It may be submerged and controlled for a time, but its very nature causes it to be ever seeking means of expression. If it is not transmuted into some creative effort, it will find a less worthy outlet. Fortunate, indeed, is the person who has discovered how to give sex emotion an outlet through some form of creative effort. For he has by that discovery lifted himself to the status of a genius. Scientific research has disclosed these significant facts. The men of greatest achievement are men with highly developed sex natures, men who have learned the art of sex transmutation. The men who have accumulated great fortunes and achieved outstanding recognition in literature, art, industry, architecture, and the professions were motivated by the influence of a woman. The research from which these astounding discoveries were made went back through the pages of biography and history for more than 2,000 years. Wherever there was evidence available in connection with the lives of men and women of great achievement, it indicated most convincingly that they possessed highly developed sex natures. The emotion of sex is an irresistible force against which there can be no such opposition as an immovable body. When driven by this emotion, men and women become gifted with a great power for action. Understand this truth, and you will catch the significance of the statement that sex transmutation will lift one to the status of a genius. The emotion of sex contains the secret of creative ability. Destroy the sex glands, whether in man or beast, and you have removed the major source of action. For proof of this, observe what happens to any animal after it has been castrated. A bull becomes as docile as a cow after it has been altered sexually. Sex alteration takes out of the male all the fight that was in him. Sex alteration of the female has the same effect. The human mind responds to stimuli through which it may be keyed up to high rates of vibration, known as enthusiasm, creative imagination, intense desire, etc. The stimuli to which the mind responds most freely are the desire of sex expression, love, a burning desire for fame, power, or financial gain, money, music, friendship between either those of the same sex or those of the opposite sex, a mastermind alliance based upon the harmony of two or more people who ally themselves for spiritual or temporal advancement, mutual suffering such as that experienced by people who are persecuted, autosuggestion, fear, narcotics and alcohol. The desire for sex expression comes at the head of the list of stimuli which most effectively step up the vibrations of the mind and start the wheels of physical action. 8 of these stimuli are natural and constructive. 2 are destructive. The list is here presented for the purpose of enabling you to make a comparative study of the major sources of mind stimulation. From this study, it will be readily seen that the emotion of sex is by great odds the most intense and powerful of all mind stimuli. This comparison is necessary as a foundation for proof of the statement that transmutation of sex energy may lift one to the status of a genius. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification button to get notified for all our future videos.